You said you were bringing a modern edge to it. What do you mean by that?
I just mean that it's no longer 1937.
Yeah, oh, okay.
And we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
And she's not going to be dreaming about true love.
I'm wishing for the one I love.
She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true.
Snow White is running for president.
I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and then I never picked it up again.
How dare you?
Meanwhile...
Damn, this is some scary shit.
I'm being so serious. I watched it once and then I went on the ride in Disney World, which was called Snow White's Scary Adventure. Doesn't sound like something a little kid would like. Was terrified of it. Never revisited Snow White again.
I'll allow it.
What is it like stepping into these iconic shoes?
They're red and flat and they have a ribbon around the ankle.
Huh?
No, the shoes, Snow White, the 85-year-old shoes that everybody seems to care so much about. It's incredible. What an honor and what so much pressure.
Lies, lies, and more lies.
You told me before your version of Snow White is different and it's more of a 2022 version. What did you mean by that?
I mean, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
How?
Yeah.
Weird. So we didn't do that this time.
Okay.
So no Prince?
Huh?
People will assume it's a love story just because, like, we cast a guy in the movie.
Really?
Andrew Burnap, great dude. It's one of those things that I think everyone's gonna have their assumptions about what it's actually going to be. But it's really not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby. It's an inner journey that she goes on to find her true self, and she meets a lot of people along the way that make the journey really incredible.
The whole thing with art and artistic expression is that there should be diverse characters. And when every female character has a feminist icon stamp on her, the whole movie industry becomes boring. It just becomes very predictable. We have got films like Brave, like Frozen, like Mulan, like Moana, where the female protagonist is supposed to be a strong, independent woman leader. But then on the other hand, we've got Sleeping Beauty, we've got Snow White, we've got Cinderella, where the female protagonists are still protagonists without being feminist icons and people who are destined to be queens. What doesn't fit into my brain is, why does a woman need to somehow be proactive, extraordinary, have this incredible successful career in order to be appreciated and in order to be considered a protagonist?
Can I get amen up in here?
Amen.
Okay.
I think a lot of Disney films, when the sequel comes, they expect the princess to then like be in armor and have a sword and fight, and like, oh, that makes her strong, and there's a strength in her femininity and softness, and there's nothing wrong with her wanting to be a mother and be married, and you know, my mom always wanted to be a mom, and I think there's a beauty in that, and that is still strong.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's the proactive one.
Okay, but why? Why? This is the part I really liked about the Barbie movie, when they said, why can't there just be an ordinary Barbie? You know, she doesn't have a huge successful career, she's not a leader, she doesn't have all these incredible superpowers, or she doesn't have to have these amazing skills, she can just be an ordinary woman. I love that. Because the point of Snow White's fairy tale, isn't that she's gonna try and become a leader. That was never in the original fairy tale, that's not part of Snow White's story. She's not supposed to be this girl boss, leader, queen, feminist icon. And I don't know why every reimagining, it has to be that the woman is in a position of power, otherwise it's not feminist. Snow White in the original fairy tale survived 3 different assassination attempts. She lives for free in the dwarf's house and just bakes whatever she wants, she makes her own food, she's pretty much free to do whatever she wants. And Snow White was manipulated into taking a bite of that apple. It wasn't because she wasn't proactive enough or because she wasn't, you know, this feminist, go-getting leader woman. She took a bite of that apple because she was manipulated to. There was a really powerful older woman who was manipulating her the whole time. Snow White couldn't girl boss her way out of that predicament. She had swallowed a poison apple. Bitch was unconscious. What was she supposed to do? And I don't know why, in order to make a film more progressive, the woman can't have a focus on love or finding true love. They almost act like it's something to make fun of. When even in the original cartoon, she sings one song about finding her true love, the prince is in the movie for like a minute. And after Snow White runs into the forest, I don't remember her being fixated on finding the prince or finding true love. I would have hoped that we had reached a point in feminism and gender equality where every female-led story doesn't have to have the woman being extraordinary. Snow White wanted to find true love. That's fine, most of us do. She didn't really set out to be a leader. Not all of us do. Sometimes you just want to be in the middle of a forest baking pies. And some of us want to be saved by a prince. I know I do.
Bruh. His live-action remake of Snow White will leak this weekend. There appears to be a sizable problem. Where are the dwarves?
These are roles made for actors of my stature. Right. And now it's taken away. I don't feel that's right.
What made you want to step into this world of DC heroes?
I needed a job. I'm being so serious. I'm so lucky that I got this job. I adore this movie too, so I'm excited.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, oh, okay.
Snow White has gone woke. This week they announced a number of pretty cringe things about the new Snow White. Number one, the girl playing Snow White is Latina. Now it might just be me, but I recall remembering something about the story where Snow White was called Snow White because of her skin that was white as snow. And here we have a brown-skinned actress.
When it got announced, it was a huge thing that was like trending on Twitter for days because all of the people were angry. And so it was like,
those people.
very much, yes. It was this
people that we
awakening
need
of,
to educate, the people that we need to love into awareness.
love them in the right direction.
Okay. Honestly, I'm embarrassed of this because I chose a filter that made me look pink as hell. But you thought you did something. You thought you did something by pointing out that I, like every other person on planet Earth, use filters on my photos. But you know what you really got? Embarrassed. Let me tell you why this is embarrassing. It's because in this photo, I'm still an olive-toned queen. You don't have to give me any more racial identity confusion than I already have. Let me tell you something. Soy una Latina orgullosa y tengo muchos privilegios porque tengo piel clara. But I will never try to bait people by pretending that I look different than I do. Shouldn't even have to explain myself, but go pick on someone else who's actually doing harm by race fishing.
Quack.